my name is Michelle, and today I'm going to be talking about my reading goals for 2016. My first goal is basically to read the books that I own. Me and my boyfriend moved in together in September of 2015, and now I have all of his books as well as all of my books, and they're all displayed on this lovely bookshelf that goes around me and the piano. And while I was packing them up and moving, I got rid of a bunch of books. The ones I kept for a reason, and some of them I haven't read yet, so I just want to have read the majority of the books on my shelf, if not all. My top priority is the books that I brought into the house, but Ian has a lot of interesting looking books as well, so I'm trying to get to a lot of his too. Ian has a lot of nonfiction though, so I might not be getting to all of that. So my second goal is kind of along with that, reading the books I already own, is not buying too many new books. Even though I'm starting this new channel, I don't want to get sucked into the lure of buying a whole bunch of books I'm never going to read. So, or even just paying for a lot of books. I like using the library already, I use my Kobo for some, I buy some books. But one thing, I used to buy a lot more used books and a lot more classics. And that's one thing I want to get back into, is reading classics. Speaking of classics, my third goal is to read at least one big classic this year. I'm not sure exactly which one yet. I have a few on my shelf already, so it'll probably be one of those. But I'd like to read one of those big, intimidating classics this year. My next goal is to finish series that I've started. I started several series in 2015, as well as previous years that I just haven't finished yet. I tend to put off reading the last book because I don't want it to be done yet, or I don't know. I just don't like reading books in a series back to back very often, besides Harry Potter. So I want to just finish a bunch of series that I have, and some of those books I own. Next, I put 50 books as my Goodreads challenge for this year. In 2015, I read 52 books, which was way more than I thought I would. I had originally set my goal as 30. Then during the year, I made reading a lot more of a priority, so that I bumped that up a couple times and finished the year with 52, which I was really happy about. But this year, I want to read some more difficult books, including those classics that I'm talking about. So I think I'm going to stick with 50 as a good goal for now, and we'll see in 6 months where I'm at and if I need to adjust. I think with starting this channel though, that I will be inspired to read more. Hopefully I'll even get above 50. Next, I really want to do the 2016 Book Riot Read Harder Challenge. I finished the 2015 one, and that one was a bit of a challenge, but not that much, because a lot of the categories on it were things I would have read anyway. But the 2016 one has just come out, which I will link to below. It's on the Book Riot website. It is 26 books that are different categories of things that are supposed to get you out of your reading comfort zone. And there's a few on this year's list that are really a stretch for me. Some of them are still, again, ones I'll probably read anyway, or ones that look like, oh, that's a good thing for me to think about, or that won't be too difficult. But some of the ones that are going to be hard for me are a nonfiction book about science, because that sounds like horrible, a book over 500 pages, and that's probably the big classic I will do, but 500 pages is a lot. And lastly, I would like to read books from authors of more diverse countries. Reading diversity is a really popular topic here on BookTube, and I agree with the reasons. I am more interested in just reading books from people of different countries. That is a more accurate, diverse thing to measure, I believe. And reading someone's story in Saudi Arabia versus Thailand versus Canada, where I'm from, that is diverse, in my opinion. So last year I did much better than in 2014, but I hope to do even better in 2016 because still the majority, I think over 50% of my books read in 2015 were from American authors. So I'd like to get that down. Speaking of statistics, I am going to be making a video of my 2015 reading stats wrap-up, and you can watch out for that. Another goal of mine is to continue reading the Rory Gilmore reading challenge. There's 300 and some books on that challenge, so there's no way I'm going to finish that this year. But I printed off a copy and I have it in my planner, and I really want to just continue being conscious of that list and marking down at least, I think, 5 of that list. So those are my reading goals for 2016. I'm really excited about this year. I also want to make 1 video a week on this channel, and we'll see if I'm able to keep that up. I'm really excited about reading this year and what books I'm going to be reading about, and I'm excited to think about the books I'm reading a little more critically so I can have a better review, because I'm going to be talking about it on the internet. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.